Now from Atlanta News First Plus, this is Sports Tonight.
Yes.
What's up, everyone? It is Wednesday.
I think.
Yes, I had to think about that too. Everybody
Yes.
in the newsroom right now is very excited and loud, so you'll have to forgive us today. It's Juneteenth and we're celebrating right
It's
now.
Juneteenth, and they just delivered dinner as we're going live.
We're celebrating in the newsroom, and so that's what you're hearing. But there's some delicious food behind us, and everybody's very happy, celebrating a great holiday, so that's good. Emily Gagnon here, Ellie Parker with me. We're going to talk about sports among all the noise. It'll be great, and we're going to get started with the Falcons. They wrapped up OTAs last week. A lot of players are well on their way to rest and recovery right now ahead of training camp, because once you report, Ellie, I mean, as soon as you get to training camp, the very next day it's like go, 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 go,
Yep.
go. You don't stop until the season's over. So you are end of July through beginning of January at that point.
Pretty much.
So Kyle Pitts actually had a golf tournament yesterday, and this is when like the guys do fun stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Gotta
players-
fit it in while you can.
Yeah, I mean, so he had a golf tournament over at Chateau Elan, I believe, or near Chateau Elan yesterday. On Monday, I went to a golf tournament at Chateau Elan's golf course. Nolan Smith and Andrew Thomas, former Dogs first rounders, were putting on a Georgia Greats charity golf tournament, so I went and hung out with those guys. But yeah, this is the time to do it, and it's the time to relax and have a little fun. Let your hair loose, because it gets real serious. Yeah, that's right. It gets real serious real soon. But we did talk to the players last week before they broke for the summer. So let's send it out to Flower Branch right now and hear some sound from the Falcons.
Yeah, I just want to be the best version of myself, you know. If you look at it big picture, you could get caught up in pressure, putting pressure on yourself, unneeded pressure, but just taking it one day at a time and just being the best Casey as possible.
What are you most looking forward about joining this wide receiver group, and Ike is your coach? I mean, he's someone who, I mean, his history kind of speaks for itself, but what are you most looking forward about working with him?
Just to learn, being around competitors like the ones in our room, just it's special. And the opportunity that I have right now to grow and just absorb and be a sponge from these guys, like I said, just take it one day at a time, and I'm going to enjoy it.
You and John kind of have that, I guess, the camaraderie from last year, but now, you know, here with the lefty spin, what is that kind of like?
Yeah, it's definitely different, but, you know, as a receiver, it's just see ball, get ball. So when that ball is in the air, I just got to attack it and make the play.
What's he been like, kind of trying to learn more about him, Mike?
He's awesome. Yesterday, we actually, in the group chat, he hit us up for a walkthrough, and we just went over the plays. I think, you know, him early on getting us out there as a group and, you know, showing himself as a leader is special. And obviously, you know, who he is as a football player is also there. But, you know, just to get out here and compete with each other, it's pretty special.
You mentioned watching him kind of last year at times, and, you know, the reputation that he earned for himself. What kind of image in your head maybe was there, like, when you met him here?
You know, there's a lot of stars, like I just said, Kirk Cousins, you know, seeing him in the locker room, and, you know, in this football space, I guess, you know, going along the journey of going to the All-Star games and getting around, you know, guys that, you know, have this kind of platform. At first, you know, you could be like, wow, like it is, they're awesome. But, you know, they're just normal people. They're super humble guys, and they work hard, and they're just my teammates now, so I'm excited.
Big Red, we didn't get a spot of Big Ten down here this year. Where'd they move you around at? Where'd you play most at for Illini? And where do you think you might fit in here in the NFL?
I played a lot of X at Illinois, you know, but as much as I can learn in the playbook and take in, I'm willing to play everything. I know I want to play everything. So just getting in the playbook is big for me right now, and learning as much as possible. Yeah, you know, if you look at the iPad, they gave us an iPad with the playbook. You could get, you know, kind of blown away from, you know, how much is in there. But like I said, and kind of my whole approach is just one step at a time. You know, so getting the practice script today, taking that in, and just, you know, getting with guys and going over the script and getting as many mental reps as possible, just so that it could be as easy as possible when I get the physical side. So, like I said, just getting as much mental reps as possible, and just taking it one day at a time.
The last year mid-round pick did pretty good in this offense. Is that in the back of your mind?
Puka Nakua?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know who that is.
So
Yeah.
you know where I was heading.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to see the success that he's had, and knowing that it's in this office. This offense is super exciting for me. But if you get caught up in comparing yourself, you could lose sight of really what matters. So for me, it's just taking it one day at a time, learning this playbook, and just competing and getting out there and being the best me.
All right, so the Falcons have until the end of July to get ready for the season, but hopefully they take this time to enjoy it. But you know that they stay working out this entire time, so it's not like completely free. They still have to keep their bodies in shape because they certainly can't get to training camp.
One would hope so, at
without
least.
being in big time shape. All right, moving on. What we got next, Ellie?
Baillie Burmaster, sports director. You've probably seen her face on this show. Sat down with the Atlanta Dreams, Jordin, Canada, one of the newer faces to the organization, and they just talked about the season and Jordin's time in LA. She was a member of the Los Angeles Sparks before coming to Atlanta, so we've got that sound for you.
But they play tonight.
Yep, they play tonight.
The Dream on the road at the Lynx, on right here on Peachtree Sports Network and Peachtree TV, an 8 p.m. tip against the Lynx, the Minnesota Lynx. So they're at Minnesota. And the Lynx right now, Ellie, are one of two teams favored to win the WNBA championship. I don't know if you know that. It's between them and the Aces right now. I will say the Lynx are 11-3. They've only lost 3 games so far this season. So a huge road test for the Dream, who just...
Which, I mean, the Dream beat the Aces on the road, so who knows?
Who
Who knows what this team can do?
Yeah, so let's hear from Canada, but for sure, tonight you got a treat with that game.
Just take me through what the last couple of months have been like and you coming to join the Dream.
Yeah, so free agency was definitely different for me this time around. I actually got cored by LA. I don't know if you know it. Yeah, okay, so I don't have to explain it. So yeah, I was cored by LA and, decided that I wanted a fresh start somewhere new. And in the off season, I actually played with Nas in Australia, so she was my teammate. And, she was definitely in my ear throughout the whole off season, and Ryan and Alicia. They were on my phone constantly saying, you need to come to Atlanta, you need to come to Atlanta. And then finally I had a meeting with Dan and T and some of the other owners. And they hit it out of the park, honestly, just with the facilities and the resources and things that they could do for me, not just on the court, but off the court as well. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to start somewhere new. And Atlanta has been doing special things in the recent years, and I wanted to be a part of that. And so I'm here now, and I've been enjoying every minute of it. I have no complaints. I don't think I will. The team and organization has just been welcoming me with open arms, and I just feel like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
When Dan and T are talking to you and all the players are trying to advocate for you to come here, what were some of the biggest selling points that you're going, I like that, I like that?
Well, one, just resources, honestly. That was number one, coming from, a team who is kind of on the up and up right now in terms of transitioning and rebuilding. I feel like Atlanta here is already, they have some of the resources that I needed, and just year round, and not just during season. It was stuff that I needed off the court. If I wanted to get into a gym, if I wanted to train with a coach, they're available. And just like I said, some of the other opportunities off the court, things that I'm passionate about and interested in. Atlanta met all the requirements. And then just team-wise, just the chemistry of the team and the talent that Atlanta has, and the coaching staff. I thought it was really important for me in my next career, my next steps, to be with a team that, represents culture and just has that kind of dog mentality that I wanted to be a part of.
I know you're still getting somewhat integrated into this team, and it's still early on, going through preseason and whatnot, but how does this organization compare to your time in LA with their organization?
It's different, you know, like I said, LA culture and Atlanta culture is completely different, and not to say that one is better than the other. It's just a different type of energy, different type of vibe. And me being from LA, you know, it was home for me. I was very comfortable where I was. And so I think for me, and like I said in my career, it was time for a fresh start, something to get me outside of my comfort zone. And just being here, I can already tell the energy and just the atmosphere around, like from top to bottom, from Dan all the way down. You could just tell that everybody is invested in one another. Everybody cares about one another and wants to do something special, and that's something that was really important for me. I'm sorry if I'm shaking. It's cold in here.
It's
freezing.
I might be directly
I feel like I'm talking to them I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm nervous.
You're
Like,
good.
it's
You're
just-
good. You're
it's
good.
just
You're good.
cold.
No pressure. It is cold in here. Something when it's talked about your game is the defensive prowess. Why have you kind of taken on that defensive mentality to make that a huge part of your game?
I think that's just something I kind of always had, to be honest. I think that's where I get that LA mentality of having that dog mindset. I think I've just always had that in me, and it's just only been enhanced throughout my career from college to the pros. And me, honestly, being a guard, that's like something that's super important in this league, is being able to defend from 1 through 3, and sometimes even being able to guard post players. I've done it a couple of times as well. But just having that mindset of, you know, having that, I don't know how to describe it. It's just that dog mentality of you know, making sure you get stops and not anybody wanting to score, because I think that's super important in this league, that you got to play defense.
You're a WNBA champion. When you look at the teams you were part of that won championships, what were the characteristics or attributes of those teams that stick out that you look for in a team like this?
I think one is accountability. I think everyone on teams that I've played with for championships, I think everyone held each other accountable. Everybody had a voice, and everybody did their job, and they knew their job. No one went outside of, you know, what they weren't good at. They just stuck to what they were good at, and, you know, held other people accountable. And I think that's really important when you're on any team, is everybody has a voice. It doesn't matter if you're playing 40 minutes, doesn't matter if you're playing 8 minutes, you know. I think everybody has a say-so, because everybody's on this team for a reason. Everybody has a part that they have to play. So that's something that, you know, that I've experienced on championship teams, is knowing your job, doing your job, holding each other accountable, and just investing your time into your teammates. I think it goes way beyond basketball. You know, how do you invest in them? Because, you know, some people on this team have kids and families. You know, that's really important to them as well. Basketball isn't everything. So how can you invest in your teammates off the court to build a bigger bond?
You've played with some of the biggest names in the league, Super, Stewart, you name it. What did you learn from those experiences, and what did you learn from those players that you try to instill in your day-to-day?
Just to be consistent. I think consistency is a really big thing that I've learned, not only from, you know, Stewie, Sue, and Jewel, is, you know, how can you show up every day and be consistent, and you know, even if you're not 100%, be giving 100% of what you got, you know. So that's something that I've learned from them, is just to stay consistent and to have a routine as well. You know, I think when you get a routine, you start to, you know, you feel better, you play better, you're in a rhythm. So I think those are the two biggest things that I've learned.
When you were coming to Atlanta, who were you most excited to play with on this team?
I mean, everybody. I have to say Nas, because if I don't say Nas, then she's going to kill me. But no, just everybody, especially, yeah, I think just everybody, but Nas, Ryan, and Alicia, just because, you know, in the off-season they were begging me to come here, and I think that's just a testament to, you know, how, you know, they wanted to play with me, and, you know, I feel really good about that as a player, because, you know, you always want, you know, some of your best players on teams to, you know, that really want you, you know, that makes you feel good. So
what can you say about Coach T's coaching style now that you've been here a few weeks and been going through it?
She's definitely structured. She definitely has a way of coaching where, you know, she's very open to a lot of feedback and from players, but she also has her way of doing things and how she wants things done. And I think that's and she's also a player coach too. You know, she's been in the league, so she knows what it's like. She's been here before, so she has a great balance of, you know, having that ability to listen to her players and take feedback, but also knowing that, you know, she has her own way of doing things.
When you look at this team, what do you think this team can accomplish? Because last year they were able to go to the playoffs for the first time since 2018, and it seems that the Dream are trying to build on that momentum.
Yeah, of course. I think we could do something really special here with the group of women that we have. I think, like you said, last year they got to the first round of playoffs, and I think we can go even further. You know, they have a great foundation here with some of the players that have been here, and you know, me, TC, and Crystal Dangerfield, and AP. I think all of us coming in, I think we could add just a little bit more to what they already have in that foundation. So I think we can go a lot further, and you know, hopefully in a couple of years, win some rings.
What does it mean to play with a player like Tina Charles, who's just as seasoned and vet as they come?
It's great so far. I mean, we have already had our conversations about not just basketball, but just life stuff in general, and how she's just been so experienced, and she's talked to me about her experiences on the teams that she's been on and things that she has learned, and then just coming in and bringing that knowledge to the team, and then helping me as well as far as being a leader, and knowing that's something that I want to invest myself in and improving, is being more of a leader. So going to her for advice like that is truly, you know, special to have someone on this floor that has done it and has been on multiple teams and has that experience. So it's really nice to have her here, and just to be a vessel for us to gain more knowledge about the game and just life.
All right, so if you are just now joining us, before you heard from Canada, the Dream tonight play on Peachtree TV, Peachtree Sports Network, 8 o'clock tip from Minnesota. And as I was saying, Ellie, the Lynx, 11-3. I don't know. I need to pull up these WNBA standings. They're the best team in the Western Conference, but I'm wondering if they're the best team in all of WNBA right now.
The Sun have a better record off the top of my head, because the Connecticut Sun have just been on a tear.
13-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've just been on a tear this entire season.
The Liberty are doing very well too. So in the Eastern Conference, you got the Sun 13-1, and then the Liberty 12-3, and the Dream are actually right behind them, and that's on the east side of things. But the Lynx, Storm, and Mercury are the top three teams in the Western Conference. The Aces are actually 6-6 right now.
Yeah, they've been struggling quite a bit. The back-to-back champs, you know, coming into the season were the favorites to win it all, to go three-peat for the first time since the Houston Comets, which don't exist anymore. They folded like 20 years ago.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But they've been struggling. They've already matched their loss total from last year, and I believe they've beaten it at this point. So they've lost more games than they did the entirety of last year, which is not
it's like you start
great.
the season and you already want it to end. Really quickly, this is news that's just coming out. Cameron Brink, torn ACL.
Oh, as just a general fan of the WNBA. No, this woman is electric.
Yes, I'm trying to get more details for us as we stand here.
Now, granted, if you saw the play that she tore her ACL on, her knee did things that human knees are not supposed to do.
Yeah.
That looked brutal. And it wasn't even like, it was like a minor contact play, but she just landed wrong.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
I can't even blame the defender on this one. Like,
yeah. Sometimes these freak accidents happen in sports. I mean, that's part of it, the physicality. But for anybody out there who's watching and might not know, or they're like, oh, wait, her name sounds familiar. She was the number two overall pick behind Caitlin Clark, and she plays for the Sparks.
And high-key, she was kind of the front runner for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, where'd she play ball? USC or UCLA, or it was in California, wasn't it?
I actually think she was LSU. With Angel Reese.
Really? Cameron Brink? She might have been. I thought she was. Stanford. I knew it was a California school, but I was in Southern California. Stanford is not in Southern California, I don't think, right?
Nope, they're
like Gosh. Okay. So that's the awful news for today. I think she was injured. It was last night, wasn't it? 'Cause
Yes, it
today's
was last
Wednesday,
night.
against the Connecticut Sun. So speedy recovery to her. But for anybody watching the WNBA, you will not see her for the rest of the season. Moving on to Atlanta United. United on the road tonight at DC United. And quite frankly, they just need to win. I have no other comments
They've
to
been
make.
going through it, and now obviously now they only lost 6 players to the international break. I want to say.
Well, they don't have any players.
True. That is true.
You know they've scored 24 goals so far in
They've only
MLS
won-
play, and they've
won-
allowed 23.
Yeah, they've only won 1 match in MLS play in the last 2 months.
Yeah. It's bad.
That's not good.
No, and this is a club that, I mean, this is the first time this has ever happened for them. And that's why they are in uncharted territory right now, because they aren't.
They're going through the expansion franchise woes 7 years too late.
Yeah.
It's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think, okay, so on the road, they're 1-3-3. That's their record, their road record. And obviously they're on the road tonight. They are.
And then they're on the road at St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this isn't just a
not gonna
one
get
and done
any-
where
yep.
they come back to Atlanta. Nope.
But even at home, Ellie, we have to talk about it. Their 5 home losses are a franchise record this year. I mean, it is. I think they have 17 matches in the regular season left to turn things around, and I don't know. At this point. You hit a point at some point in a season in any sport where players just, I don't want to say they give up, but they kind of accept who they are, and they have to be below the line right now.
They are well below the line. I mean, when I say well below the line, they have 17 points on the season right now. The 9th seed is Nashville SC with 20. So ultimately, they're still in this,
Yeah.
but it does not feel like it.
Aw, it's not good.
But
At
we
all.
got to talk to midfielder Jordin Silva.
Yeah.
So
Let's hear from him.
let's hear from him.
Jordin, team's now reached the halfway point of the season. Could you kind of reflect on, what's been the good, what's been the bad, where do you need to improve, both kind of individually and as a team?
I think like even in the bad moments you have always something to improve, and yesterday we came training and watched the videos, and we're gonna try and fix in training to get better to the next game.
Okay. Your next game is going to be against DC United. What did you learn last time out against them that you guys can apply in this next game?
Yeah, of course. Like as I said, like we always learn after the games, even if we win. So we lost the game, and we had like a lot of things to improve. And I think it's a process. Like it takes time, It takes time when you're down there, when you're down, to get up is difficult. And we're trying to get back where we deserve to be or where we want to be. So that's it. We gotta keep working. We gotta keep working. That's what we're gonna do.
That goal that you scored on Saturday, did you know that was going in?
Yeah, of course. It's my job. It's my job, It's hard. It's harder than normal, but it's my job, and that's where I want to put the ball.
How hard is it for the team right now when you're in this? You're in the form you're in, on top of losing the team strike.
Like when you're in a bad moment, like you lose 1 game, 2 games, 3 games, after your mentality change, like your head, like it's hard, Especially it's not only one player, it's like everyone, So what we need to do now is like bring everyone, all the 25 players, like in the same, like going in the same way, and work hard, and never give up.
Do you feel like that kind of camaraderie within the team still exists right now, despite the
Yeah. Everyone is excited to improve. We're all excited to get our first win in a long time. So we work for that.
What has Rob tried to change tactically? I know it's only been a short time.
Sorry?
What has Rob tried to change tactically? I know it's only been a short time with him in charge, but
I
has
think
instructions changed?
I think he's just trying to improve what we're being not too good, So he's the head coach now, so everyone got their own ideas. He got his ideas. So all we need to do is put in practice in the game.
Are you feeling healthy?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, very good.
Were you healthy for the Miami game a few weeks ago?
No, I was injured. I came from injured, so they didn't want to risk it. So
Gotcha. Just want to understand.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident right now?
Yeah, I feel confident. Like I just want to play. I feel happy, even if we not winning every game, but I feel happy. I feel excited, and I'm hungry for more.
What did you think of Luke's performance?
Sorry?
What did you think of Luke's performance?
Yeah, he's a good kid, good player. He got too much potential, so he just the game just did his job. He just did what he been doing at training, so everyone is happy for him.
Felt like the defensive pressure from the attacking players on Saturday was a little more aggressive. Did you feel like you guys contributed a little bit more defensively up high?
Yeah, especially when you at this moment, you defend more than you attack. So yeah, we gotta be together. We gotta help each other. We gotta help each other until we get the results we want.
When you guys can force those turnovers in the other team's half, does that open up space for you to get forward and create?
Yeah, for sure. And it's important for the wingers, have space 1v1s. They can finish, that's important.
When you and Tristan came into the team last year, things kind of turned around a lot for the way that the team was playing on the field. Do you feel like something similar could happen this year in this summer transfer window with just if you get a couple of new players in that they could help change?
I think it's not like the problem is it's not because we're missing players or something. No, I think it's it's mental, mentality, and as I said, when you fail, it's always hard, and you hurt. When you fail and you hurt, it's always hard to stand up, quick, because it takes time. So we being patient, but of course we want to win, as the fans want to win too, and that's what we want to keep doing. Trying.
With injuries and with international call-ups, it seems like the lineup is changing every game. What kind of challenges does that present, and how do you overcome them?
We need to focus on what we have, that's the rules. They went to a national team, so we need to play with what we have at the moment, and we have good players. So yeah, we gotta use what we have.
A win would go a long ways for this club, and sometimes, we don't pull for teams. That's just not what we do. But sometimes you just really hope they can pull one off, because
that's what they need right now.
Yes, it's what the doctor is prescribing for sure. What's on your mind, Ellie? Because you always ask me first, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. Oh no, are we there yet?
We got a minute and a half.
Okay. Wait, did I skip over? I skipped over something, didn't I?
I
can't see from over here.
We'll work with it.
Okay.
What's on my mind is rest in peace, Willie Mace. Fortunately, the news broke last night that he died at 93 years old. Tomorrow, the MLB will hold a game. This was scheduled before his death, a game at the field in Alabama where he began his career in Negro League baseball. And I guess history doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme.
Look at you. You always have the good stuff when what's on your mind. What was the topic we were going to talk about before this?
Braves.
Braves. So that's what's on my mind. The Braves, they're turning things around right now, Ellie.
They're doing it. They're doing it.
Sean Murphy, 4 for 4 today, two-shot home runs. Pretty cool for him. He's I don't think he's had a better game since being back. I think today was one of the best games, or if not the best game he's had all season. But yeah, I would assume that this little homestand really has given them quite a lot of momentum going into their matchup on Friday at the Yankees. So they're back on the road, and this will be the true test. They bounced back at home. They only lost 1 out of 6 at home. Can they keep it up on the road? Because when they were coming back to home this past time, it was not good. So we'll see. Have a good night, everyone.